Bobby Lee was walking off a pretty rough set at the Comedy Store one night. Stuck in his head, he replayed a particular bit he was confident would land, but was mortified when it landed with a splat. The silence of audience was deafening, except for a solitary sarcastic seagull cackle from the back, which he suspected was from Santino. To drown the image, Bobby Lee took a swig of the bottle of Jim Beam and took a sharp turn into a dark alley. Not knowing what he expected, or rather not caring what he did find, Bobby Lee felt at his lowest when suddenly a blinding white ray of light beamed down from the black sky and engulfed Bobby Lee, knocking him out. He awoke to find himself strapped to a gurney in a brightly lit sterile room, with 8-foot ants standing over him, chirping incessantly to each other. Bobby Lee struggled fruitlessly to free himself, which only seemed to amuse the gigantic creatures. He, however, was not amused when one of his captors revealed a sterling silver syringe gun, polished so cleanly he could see in a reflection both his face and the tray of surgical equipments that lay beside his head. All he could do was scream as the ant lowered the syringe, and in a flash, Bobby Lee was awake and lying in a crop circle in a field, somewhere far from home, with no memory of what happened. Welcome back to Conspiracy Theory Debunked. No tin hats required. Today we're going to take a fun-filled dive into the world of alien abductions and probing. I know, sore subject. But it would be remiss of me to do a channel where we talk about wacky theories without touching upon stories like that of Bobby Lee. Some believe that extraterrestrial beings are whisking us away for a quick cosmic holiday. Just imagine, 1 minute you're snoring away in your bed, the next, you're cruising through the Milky Way, making friends with Martians. And who could forget the infamous cases, like Betty and Barney Hill, or Travis Walton? These stories have certainly given stargazing a whole new perspective. So, if you're ready to embark on this interstellar journey, do us a solid, will you? Hit that like button, drop us a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Who knows, the aliens might be watching too. Now, if you've been with us for a while, you'll remember our video on the Bermuda Triangle. Some folks reckon it's a hotspot for alien abductions. Ah, the Bermuda Triangle, that mysterious patch of ocean where ships and planes vanish without a trace. Legend has it that aliens use this area as a sort of intergalactic Uber service, swooping down to pick up unsuspecting humans for a quick trip to their home planet. But let's put on our detective hats for a moment. If these alien abductions were indeed occurring, wouldn't we expect a spike in missing persons reports around the Bermuda area? Yet the Coast Guard maintains that there's no statistical significance to the number of incidents in this particular region compared to the rest of the ocean. And let's not forget the Bermuda Triangle is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. It's like trying to abduct someone from the middle of Times Square on New Year's Eve. Not exactly a subtle operation, is it? Then there's the matter of the supposed alien technology. If these extraterrestrial beings are advanced enough to travel light years across the universe, why would they need a specific triangular area on Earth to carry out their abductions? Surely they could just zap us up from our living rooms while we're watching the telly. But let's be clear, I'm not asking you to simply take my word for it. By all means, do your own research. Look into the data, read the studies, and come to your own conclusions. After all, who am I to tell you what to believe? I'm just a chap with a love for debunking wild conspiracy theories. And speaking of wild, if our dear friend Chris Williams was indeed abducted by aliens, they should let us know which crop circle from which to pick him up. Ah yes, crop circles. That's an idea for our next video. Aliens, if you're watching, put a crop circle in our comments. Speaking of surveillance, remember when we talked about birds being secret recording devices? Maybe they're in cahoots with the aliens. Now I know what you're thinking. What do pigeons and aliens have in common? Well, aside from their shared love for breadcrumbs, some believe that these feathered friends are actually the ultimate spies for our extraterrestrial neighbors. That's right. Some theorists believe that the next time a pigeon coos at you from a telephone wire, it might just be transmitting your every move to a spaceship hovering miles above our atmosphere. A bit far-fetched, don't you think? But let's play along for a moment. Suppose our avian acquaintances are indeed in league with the aliens. What's their mission? Are they scouting the best spots for crop circles? Are they tracking the number of times you've watched Independence Day to assess our defensive strategies? Or perhaps they're just really into bird watching from space. Now, before you start giving the side eye to every bird in your vicinity, let's look at the facts. Scientifically, birds do have a built-in GPS of sorts. It's called magnetoreception, and it allows them to navigate using the Earth's magnetic fields. But to leap from there to transmitting data to extraterrestrial life forms is, well, a leap too far. Birds are simply not equipped with the necessary tech to pull off such a feat. And before you say, well, what if the aliens installed it? Remember that we've studied bird anatomy extensively. If there were any alien tech in there, we'd have found it by now. Furthermore, the logistics of this theory are a bit of a nightmare. With over 300 billion birds in the world, that's a lot of data for our supposed alien overlords to sift through. Even with their advanced technology, it seems like an inefficient system at best. So next time you see a pigeon, don't worry, it's probably not an alien spy. Probably. All right, enough of the tomfoolery. Let's delve into the actual evidence against the idea of alien abductions. The truth is, the theory of alien abductions has been around almost as long as science fiction itself. It's a tantalizing idea, isn't it? Waking up in the dead of night, suddenly finding yourself aboard a spaceship, surrounded by strange beings from another world. But as exciting as the prospect might be, the cold, hard facts of science and logic paint a different picture. First off, let's look at the sheer number of supposed abductions. According to some estimates, over 1 million people worldwide claim to have been abducted by aliens. Now, if we consider that there are around 7 billion people on Earth, that's a lot of abductions. Yet despite all these claims, there's a conspicuous lack of physical evidence. No alien DNA, no unearthly materials, not even a single misplaced ray gun. Moreover, many abduction stories share striking similarities. Bright lights, a sense of paralysis, strange beings, medical examinations. It's like they're all reading from the same script. This has led some psychologists to suggest that these experiences could be a form of sleep paralysis, a condition where the brain is awake, but the body is still in a state of sleep-induced paralysis, often accompanied by vivid hallucinations. And then there's the issue of memory. Many abductees recall their experiences under hypnosis, a state known to be highly suggestive. It's entirely possible that these memories are not recollections of real events, but rather false memories implanted unintentionally by the hypnotist. Now, let's not forget our good friend Occam's razor, the principle that the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. Is it more likely that extraterrestrial beings are traversing the vastness of space to conduct clandestine experiments on unsuspecting humans? Or could these experiences be the result of sleep-related phenomena, psychological influences, and cultural expectations? Of course, it's always fun to entertain the idea of alien visitors. Who wouldn't want to regale their friends with tales of cosmic journeys and intergalactic species? But when we put our tin hats aside and look at the evidence, or rather, the lack thereof, the theory of alien abductions starts to seem less like a sci-fi blockbuster and more like a work of pure fiction. I encourage you to delve into the research yourself. Explore the studies, scrutinize the testimonies, and draw your own conclusions. After all, the universe is a vast and mysterious place, and who knows what secrets it holds. So unless you've got a spaceship parked in your backyard, chances are you haven't been abducted by aliens. But hey, who am I to tell you what to believe? So there you have it, folks. Alien abductions, while an entertaining idea, are probably not something you need to lose sleep over. Unless, of course, you're my cousin Teddy, who's convinced that a squirrel-watching party requires a tin hat and a sturdy umbrella. Let's recap. We've taken a cosmic journey together, from the enigma of the Bermuda Triangle to the notion of birds as super-secret spy devices. We've even dared to probe the, probing nature of alleged alien abductions. And what have we found? Well, largely that reality is far less melodramatic than our imaginations. But isn't that the beauty of it all? The universe is this vast, incredible place teeming with mysteries yet to be unraveled. And while there may not be little green men with a fascination for human anatomy, there's still so much that we don't know, so much left to explore. Remember, each one of us is part of this grand cosmic play. We're all stardust if you think about it. And even if our daily lives don't involve extraterrestrial encounters or navigating the Bermuda Triangle, there's still wonder to be found in the ordinary. So, as you go about your day, don't forget to look up at the stars once in a while, or at the birds. Just remember, they're probably not spying on you. Probably. If you've enjoyed this journey through the cosmos and the caverns of conspiracy theories, why not give us a like? Better yet, subscribe to our channel. You'll be the first to know when we unravel another mystery, or debunk another theory, or both. Go on, leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Do you believe in alien abductions? Or do you have your own conspiracy theory you'd like us to tackle? We're all ears. Keep your eyes on the stars, your feet on the ground, and your tin hats in the closet. Remember, the universe is your oyster, even if you're not being abducted by aliens. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe share a playlist or two. You never know who might need a good laugh.